Welcome to New Gameplay today. I am Kyle Hilliard here with Marcus Stewart. What's up, Marcus?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. We are looking at Nikoderiko. This is a game that's coming to everything later this year, and it is heavily inspired by games like Crash Bandicoot, and then, as we'll see as we go along, maybe not so much right at this moment, but Donkey Kong Country is a huge inspiration for this game.
Yeah, he's got kind of a Crash vibe to him. He's got the blue jeans. He's got ambiguous animal thing going on. Not what is he exactly? What he's not.
Yeah, you want to give me a couple guesses? What you think? His name's Nico.
Right.
Nikoderiko.
Nikoderiko. Is a Doriko an animal? Is that like? Because I remember not knowing that Bandicoots existed until I thought Bandicoot was Crash's last name until I found out that was a real animal as a kid. So like,
nope, same.
Yeah, it's like, is a Doriko an obscure Australian animal too? Otherwise, he kind of looks like a dog or a lion.
No, he's okay. So you got dog, lion, bandicoot. I will count as a guess. He is a mongoose, is what he is.
Okay, yeah. If you would have given me 10 more guesses, I would not have guessed mongoose.
Yeah.
So really good at killing snakes then.
Yeah, which I just attacked a few. I don't know if you saw. That was the enemy. But I just collected a gold letter. I collected Niko, Niko, which is very, Donkey Kong Country, collecting Kong. The inspiration is very obvious, and frankly, like I'm down for it. I am so on board for Donkey Kong Country inspired games. Like I'm in the mood for another one of those. I don't have the year off the top of my head, but I mean, it's been a long time since Tropical Freeze.
Yeah,
like longer
10 years.
than you think, right?
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. That's crazy. Yeah, so I'm ready. I'm ready for one. I love Donkey Kong Country. It's one of my favorite, like 2D platformers. Like that was a big game for me growing up. Like that was my first. I got a Super Nintendo and Donkey Kong Country, and then the rest of my life was, set forward.
Been eating bananas ever since.
That's right, yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, you have, he has a dash, which is very Donkey Kong Country. It's the equivalent of a roll. You're collecting letters. There's even occasions where, you are getting shot out of, barrels and stuff like that, too. I saw a trailer for the game that had minecart levels. There's a lot. And then, as we saw earlier in this episode of New Gameplay Day, there's also sequences where you are going into a 3D place, and then it feels a little more like Crash Bandicoot. And I'm sorry to have fallen off and died there, Marcus.
Yeah, you can't see it, but I did shake my head.
As you should.
Yeah, I like the look of the game. Like, it's really colorful. There's some good detail, some good depth, and sort of the 2D backgrounds and. Does it play as good as the animations look?
It plays pretty well. I at where I'm at now, I feel like I would love just a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Responsiveness. It could use just a little bit more, but overall good,
Okay.
And also that's the kind of thing that I think could be improved by the time the game comes out, which is going to be later this year.
Oh, okay.
But solid, right?
Yeah, gets the job done. Get that key. You got 5 seconds.
There we go. And we were kind of talking past it, but that is very Donkey Kong Country right there. A little secret bonus area, where you can play a little mini game and stuff. That's very Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, DK Country is we get a lot of homages to classic series and platformers, whether it's Mario or Mega Man a lot of times too. But DK, for whatever reason, you don't see a lot of direct DK style games. The only big one I can think of off the top of my head was that Ukulele sequel.
Yes.
But other than that, it's interesting that it's not kind of looked at as often as some of the other big platforming series.
Yeah, and the ukulele one is funny because that's former Rare folks. Those are people who worked on Donkey Kong Country,
right? What was that? Oh, okay. Is that a checkpoint? That fireworks?
Yes, that's okay. It's a checkpoint. Yeah.
I guess not 4th of July yet.
The other big Donkey Kong Country-ism of this game, I'm sorry to keep, citing that game, but it is, a big part of the inspiration for this game, is the music is by David Wise, who did the music for Donkey Kong Country and Tropical Freeze recently. Him and Grant Kirkhope are kind of like, the rare composers. When you think of rare music and those classic soundtracks, those are the two that you think of. And I love David Wise music. The Donkey Kong Country soundtracks are we talked about this recently, Marcus. Maybe my favorite video game soundtracks. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that, but I really have a lot of affection for the original Donkey Kong Country soundtracks. Like, those are just so nostalgic and pretty. Like, that it's so funny. That game is like, the soundtrack is like elevates that game, which is a good game for sure. But like, the soundtrack is just so good.
I know, I agree. I think DK doesn't maybe get enough love for its soundtrack. Like, it's one of the soundtracks I'll listen to like playlists for when I'm like working or whatever. Like, the main theme is fantastic, and then like one of my favorites is the underwater theme. Like, it's just like really relaxing. It's just like, I'm just gonna chill out and
aquatic ambience.
Imagine that I'm riding on a swordfish. Which, speaking of which, can you ride animals in this game?
Yes, you can. I will probably see one pretty soon, but yeah, you absolutely can. And you even hit a point where like you can kind of collect them and choose which one you want to ride, which is kind of cool. Oh, I keep doing the ground pound by accident here, and I am playing live, by the way. Sometimes we record NGTs in advance and then record them, but I'm really playing. Yep. I mean, you can tell me to do whatever you want, Marcus. I'll do it. I'll jump. Tell me to jump, I'll say how high.
Yeah, can you do that cool glider thing again? That's the thing that Donkey Kong can't do. Look at that.
Yeah, although Dixie kind of does it, right? Like, she can kind of float in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, but it does feel different. Yeah, that is something that's unique. And then this is the kind of thing that I'm impressed by. Like, this has been obviously a fully 2D game up to this point, but here it just seamlessly switches into 3D. So now I have full control. We're kind of in Crash Bandicoot mode now.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you brought up Crash. Is this sort of the extent of the Crash comparison? Is this perspective?
Yeah, and I think there's I think there's chase sequences and stuff too. I haven't seen any of those. Yeah. This is just a demo that has a handful of levels here.
Have you been chased by a boulder yet?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised if you do get chased by something. I just saw a secret up there. I wonder if I can get that.
Get that secret. Oh yeah,
there we go. Look at that.
Look at that. It's like MF Doom's mask. R.I.P.
Oh yeah, that's kind of. Here we go. I got a little dinosaur.
Hey, what is that? A dinosaur?
I think so.
Okay.
It's kind of dinosaur-esque.
Kind of guy.
But he can eat guys and throw them.
They
roll like a barrel. Isn't that wild?
I think you call that Scary Yoshi.
Scary Yoshi.
Yeah, it's like, what if Yoshi was terrifying?
I know, yeah.
Oh, I like how when you eat him, his stomach glows. It's almost like he immediately digested the thing and turned him into a projectile. Yeah, like if you eat that guy up there, yeah. Look at his belly.
Oh. What? There we go. Look at that. Get that. Oh, there we go.
It's like that's.
I already played this level, so I've already unlocked all the letters.
Look at that. It's like that scene in Anaconda where John Voight gets eaten and spat up.
And winks, right?
Yeah, all the enemies you spit winks at them. You can't see it, but they're all winking. Okay.
And this is very Donkey Kong Country Returns and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. When you finish the level, you just get a chance to beat the hell out of it.
Oh wow!
You know?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's very modern DK. Oh, you got
I missed a
buddy.
Key. Yeah, that is. Let's see. So I'm playing as Nico, and that is Luna.
Luna, also a mongoose, right? We said mongoose.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. And then and co-op is in the game. Local and online co-op will be available, and it's like unlike the original Donkey Kong Country, which was when you played 2-player, you like handed off who was playing basically. It's simultaneous co-op, right? So you're both playing at the same time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Which is I suppose to be expected at this point. If in 2024 they had co-op listed and then it was like oh, you get to trade. You know, when you die, the other person gets to play. I think that would feel a little strange.
Yeah, that'd be a little slavish to the to what their inspiration is.
Yeah, that always felt like a technical limitation more than a, you know.
This is fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was one of those things where I was like a kid playing with my brother, and I was like, oh, I guess this is co-op. I guess I sure we're playing together, you know, technically.
Just don't blow it.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is a pretty intense stage.
You know, things are happening. Yeah, there's like this. They're shooting bombs at me in the background, which is cool, and it like there are sequences where it like blows up the ice, so you gotta be you gotta sort of time. Oh, let's see.
Looks like you got a bounce pad down there. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even
he's on it too. Oh.
Okay, here we go. What is up here?
Oh, ladder. That's what's up there.
That's what's up there.
Yep. It's
you
back
can only
of the box close.
You can only slide those big guys.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much tude does Nico have? Because that's an important element of a character platformer mascot.
Right. Nico seems nice. He comments a lot on things that are happening in the game, and he doesn't seem to have a tude, if you will. He seems like he's just eager to be on an adventure. Yeah. He talks sometimes.
Okay. So he's not going around saying like, I don't know, I'm too cool for this, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what's a lame thing.
I don't have time for this. I'm in a hurry.
Man, these bombs are janking
making
my
me
style.
thirsty. Oh,
whoa! I don't know.
The Seinfeld reference.
And then he starts
but
doing
no,
he
seems
doing
he
a lame
seems
dance.
That'd actually be pretty incredible. I love this. It's funny when I got one of these bonus barrels and this screen here with the tinkling piano, I was like, oh my god, they know exactly what they're doing here. They are like, you know,
yeah,
like,
they're going for
that
it.
is such a Donkey Kong Country thing.
I mean, hey man, you know, we haven't had a Donkey Kong Country in 10 years. Somehow, I'm still kind of amazed by that. So, you know, indie devs got to go full Thanos and just be like, you know what, I'll do it myself.
Is that what they call it now?
I think it's the Thanos method. Yeah, you go into your office and you put on a big glove and you're like, well, I guess I'm making this.
What is the old NES power glove? They put on a power glove.
Oh god!
Like start developing
the Infinity Gauntlet of its day. That's what we all remember.
Right?
As.
Yeah, exactly. God, it was treated like that in that one movie, wasn't it?
It was bad, you know. as that cool kid, what was his name, Lucas?
Wow, I assume you're right, and I'm impressed that you know that character's name. But I suppose you could have said any name, and I would have believed you. Greg, I think his name.
Nikoderiko.
Ah!
Oh, oof.
I got hit.
I thought that'd be instant death, actually.
No, thankfully. Yeah, you got 3 hits, which I think in Tropical Freeze and Returns, I think you had 2, right? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a very long while. That sounds right. It was definitely like no more than 3.
Yeah, because I remember that being not controversial, but like something that was like, oh, this is different from Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, in that like I can take at least 1 hit here. Oh, I gotta get out of this water. All right, you freeze if you stay in there too long.
Oh, there's your tropical freeze.
I think this is just regular freeze. I think I'm just in a snowy place.
Yeah, this is just normal hypothermia. I wonder if I was waiting for you to find a swordfish or an equivalent creature to ride there. I guess it's too cold.
I imagine that's probably in the game, but you know, like a
like what would you ride if it's not a
water
swordfish? Like I don't know, like a manta ray maybe or something.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Oh, I died.
Did you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I only had 1 heart. I just got a save point though.
Well, there goes your streak. You're supposed to get through this whole NGT without a death, Kyle.
Was that the agreement?
That was. Now the internet's gonna make fun of you for being a terrible game journalist that can't play games.
This guy's never even played Donkey Kong Country.
Jeez, go back to writing about games, you bad game player. I think that's the mean comments I usually see. It's
yeah. I think actually the last time I played Donkey Kong Country 1, I think I got through the whole game in like 2 or 3 hours or something. Like, I finished it. I just sat down and played through it. I remember I had this elaborate plan where the Super Nintendo Classic released. You remember that the miniature?
Oh yeah,
console?
I have it.
Yeah, I do too. I love that thing. And I had put it in my daughter's playroom, like hooked it up to her little TV that she watched like Disney movies and stuff on. And I was like, oh, she'll play some old Super Nintendo games. Maybe she'll find some that she likes. And she never did. You know, I don't like.
I like that stealthy. Like, she's gonna get into SNES. I'm just gonna leave this here and let nature,
that's how you gotta do it.
work. And it just
look. It's only gonna work if it's their idea. That's how it goes. You know?
Just gotta plant the seed.
Yeah, but I am not one that's ever like dictated, you know, what video games I think I'll suggest plenty to her and be like, yeah, you'll probably like this. This is an old game I used to like. Maybe you'd like it. Like, I'll do that, but I'll never really try to push her too far in one direction. But that was one attempt where I was like, hey, maybe you'll find some old Super Nintendo games. She's like, I didn't make it. But what ended up happening is I would just hang out with her while she was playing in her playroom and stuff, and then I would just play it, and then, you know, one day I just sat down and just played through all of Donkey Kong Country, and I was like, I love this game.
I'm just picturing you taking the controller and just like beating the game in one sitting, and she's just like staring, like, do I get to play? You know?
No, honey, I gotta show you how to do it.
Let me show you how this minecart thing works.
Now this is when you get really frustrated.
I want to actually, I guess have you seen anything like the minecart level? That's like a crucial ingredient to these kind of games. Have you seen anything like that?
Yes, I haven't played any, but there are Minecraft levels in Nikoderiko.
You mean minecart?
Minecart, sorry, yes. They are not, to be clear, let's make it very clear, not Minecraft levels. Minecraft is not in Nikoderiko.
Well, I like this little...
Minecarts, however, do exist.
I like the little dance there he did at the end.
Yeah. Shit, maybe he does do Elaine's dance from Seinfeld. Yeah. But hey, that's Nikoderiko, which is coming later this year to everything, and it's just kind of a throwback mascot platformer that at this point, you know, I've played 3 levels. It feels like it's pretty well done. Like, it feels pretty good. It looks good. The Donkey Kong Country inspiration is very strong. The music is David Wise, and that's, you know, from what I've heard, I've liked so far. So I'm excited for it. I want to play the full game. I'm in the mood for this kind of game, you know?
Yeah, it's like with this combined with Astrobot coming out later this year, like I'm a sucker for character platformers. Like, platformers are arguably my favorite genre. So like these two being the 1-2 punch for the fall, that's exciting. I'm super down for something like this.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, to put those two side by side, because you got the 2D here, although there's 3D elements, but this is a 2D platformer if I were sort of to assign it a genre, where Astrobot is very much a 3D platformer. So it'll be nice to have a couple options to sort of scratch that platformer itch, you know?
Heck yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, Marcus, for checking out the game with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem.